Hello, this is Alex, welcome to Boomstick Gaming, and also to Watch Dogs Legion. I recently got tons of hands-on time with this where I was able to try out a little bit of everything, but I ended up spending an awkward amount of time just simply trying to cause as much chaos as I possibly could out in the open world to see just how long I could last against a rank 5 heat level. It turned out to be harder to survive than I expected, since the law enforcement at that level seems to have zero interest in capturing you alive, and sends a legion of guns and tech to hunt you down. Now try to enjoy my desperate attempts in the background gameplay while I give a complete rundown of my first impressions of getting to play Watch Dogs Legion.
We have an injured pedestrian. Do something. Over.
First off, let's talk about the game's main claim to fame, the ability to copy any NPC, Mario reference, to take control and play as them. You cannot just instantly hack and take someone over immediately like what I assumed going into this, and if you want to recruit someone to actually play as them, you have to take on a little side mission for them first. These seemed pretty standard side questy stuff, go to a location, hack a thing, stealth a thing, kill some things, but this time around, there are tons more environmental hazards and ways in which you can complete just one task, making these encounters still pretty fun to partake of. Certain NPCs will have unique passive and active skills, like using a nail gun and wrench, brainwashing others around you to fight on your side, spawning a spy car that shoots rockets, and quite a few others, but not all of these are entirely locked into place according to who you're playing. Instead of using that micro missile, for example, I could swap out to some of the other characters' gadgets on the same person, which were things like combat drones, electric knuckles, little disabling traps, and a few others. There are also some unique traits that each have as well, and I had 2 different spy class NPCs on my team, but only one of them could actually dodge roll, which was pretty hard to live without, quite literally. This all seems to make it so you have some customization on who you're playing as outside of just their wardrobe, but you not entirely have whatever skill set you want with one character. Also, not any NPC can use just any gun type, and many of the people I had on my team could only actually use non-lethal weapons that would shoot shock bullets, which are, however, quite effective against drones. Really only my 2 spy classes had a traditional gun surprisingly, but I only tried out what seems like half of the total NPC classes, so I'm sure there are quite a bit more that are not so non-lethal as my team ended up. If you manage to get someone quote-unquote killed, which you will, they will be temporarily locked away in jail for a certain amount of time, forcing you to switch over to someone else for a while until they come back. A little pop-up hint I saw did say there are some ways you can break teammates out of jail a little faster, but I didn't quite manage to find out how to do that, sadly. I could have really used that, because when I was trying to see how long I could last against a max wanted level, I got tons and tons of my people put in jail. And you might be wondering, what happens if you get everyone locked up and have no one to play as? Well, that is not really the case. It seems like the game always forced at least one person out, so you can at least continue playing while everyone else is in cooldown. Since I did spend so much of my time trying to fight the law, I did manage to learn quite a bit about how the heat level works here in Legion. For one, getting to level 5 heat is no easy task like you would think, and honestly took some serious doing on my end, even while killing NPCs, law enforcement, and hacking everything in sight. When you do manage to get to 4 and 5, law enforcement will just start to demolition derby you every chance they get, as well as sick all of these drones after you that either try to disable your steering or just Gatling gun you down. As far as exploration goes, the game seems very focused on always working towards main, side, and NPC missions at most all times. Also, if you take any moment from this gameplay and just pause and look at the surroundings, every city block feels like it was meticulously crafted like a real place, and I saw very little of, don't look over here, we just copy-pasted some stuff. This made all the different areas on the map really actually feel like different locations, rather than them all just feeling like little video gamey city biomes. Overall, Watch Dogs Legion seems like it's shaping up to be a pretty fun third entry. It might not win over those who weren't down for 1 and 2, but the new NPC recruiting system, unique skill sets to play around with each, and the graphically impressive world to explore, does seem to be setting up for a true sequel to Watch Dogs 2, more so than the somewhat serious first game. Let me know what you think of Watch Dogs Legion from what I showed off, and if you were more of a fan of Watch Dogs 1 or 2, because I think I'm actually in the minority of being one of those who liked 1 a little more. I appreciate you giving this a watch and hearing what I have to say, and as always, this has been Alex from Boomstick Gaming. Have a good rest of your day.